I am here in beautiful California where the sun is shining even in January, but I've come here in search for some really dirty, ugly and nasty guitar tones. We're here close to LA and today we're visiting the Pit recording studio where Taylor Young is cooking some seriously ungeneric, raw and filthy guitar tones for us. Let's say hello. And here we are. Thanks for having me, Taylor.
Welcome. Welcome in.
Pit recording studio.
Yes.
A really cozy place.
I tried.
You just built it, right?
Yeah, it's only about a year and a half old. Fresh. Still smells like wood in here. But yeah, I mean, I've already done quite a few records though.
And you're happy?
I'm very happy. Yeah, it's a lot bigger than any bands out there watching that have been to my old place. No, it's an insane upgrade because they used to sit like this. So yeah.
You built this yourself?
With friends and friends of friends, and there were a lot of hands in it that helped. But yeah.
And this is the live room?
This is the live room.
Gonna do some...
It's meager, but it gets the job done.
Dirty guitar, I mean, for guitars it doesn't matter, but you also track drums in here, right?
Track drums on here, vocals, keys, tambourines.
Tambourines.
Just people screaming, anything.
Yeah. And tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're gonna get some nasty sounds and try to not recreate a sound from a record, but see if we can make something cool.
I gotta say, most of the stuff he uses, including those two cabs, including the mics there, and also the techniques he talked about, is something I've never seen or heard before. So this is gonna be interesting. I haven't heard that mic on a guitar. I haven't heard that mic. I don't even know those speakers. I haven't those 6x12 with. So that's gonna be really interesting.
We're gonna try some shit, and if you might go, okay, well that's why I've never heard of it. We're gonna go as heavy as possible. I'm gonna reamp a Tribal Gaze song, who's one of the heaviest bands on earth, and we'll see if we can get it even heavier. I doubt it because we worked on it for a long time, but you never know.
And show a few options, right?
Well, we're gonna go through amp blends, go through quad tracking and why, and do some things that maybe haven't been explained to people, and running 5 mics versus 1 and getting them condensed and in phase, and
I'm excited.
Should be nasty, yeah.
Let's talk about amps. You got a lot of them.
Got a couple amps for sure. I try to have a few things that everybody has and a few things that nobody has. I like to create unique things for every record. I don't want to do things that have been done.
Repeat yourself too
much.
Yeah,
or repeat myself. I mean, with this video, I'm gonna do something I probably haven't done before.
Yeah,
just because I don't like anything being. I want every record to be its own individual
unique
stamp. Yeah. But yeah, I have a lot of shit. I have these 2 Marshalls were modded by my friend Michael Klein, who also built my pedal that I'm gonna use for this thing. And this one's a 50 watt. This one he made for himself. He has a custom voice in. There's a custom clip mode. It can go back to original. Same thing here.
What kind of Marshalls are those? Like
these are both 76 JMPs.
Okay, JMPs. Yeah.
I think that this one is still a 20203, so it's the same as an 800, but it was the last JMP.
Yeah.
Got Ampeg VT40, I want to say it is. I've had that since before I was born.
Wow.
I think they made those for keyboards. I cut the head out, had my friend build a head shell and turned it into a head. Kind of does.
And you're using it for guitars?
I use it for guitars. It kind of does like a Sun Model T kind of thing, where as you turn the volume up, the gain starts to turn up. Instead of like, the distortion on it is ass. I would never use that. Block letter 5150. This is Marshall Jubilee, but I had them custom do the camo because it's badass.
Great amp.
That's another modded JMP. That one I bought modded from a guy who lives around here that I don't know if he's alive or not because it was a sketchy situation. So this one just has an extra gain stage, but it also runs off of 6550s.
Okay.
So it's a little darker, but still pretty mean and nasty. This one is the Dean Costello Heavy Metal Warfare is the name of the amp.
Nice.
It is not just a clever name. It is absolutely psycho. It is built better for very low tunings.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of the band Primitive Man, Full of Hell. They both use those. It's like bellowing, deep, nasty tones. It's kind of like a Model T and a 5150 slammed together.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Wow.
Very mid-rangey, but deep and articulate. What else we got? Orange Thunderverb, also pretty dark. Honestly, doesn't get used as much as it should because the shape scoop on channel B is really nice. You can get a nice bite out of it.
Yeah.
And then you'd be surprised how much indie music I do.
Okay.
So this thing gets used almost as much as the 5150 does.
Wow.
The twin reverb.
And you only have exotic cabs.
Yeah, I got a couple weird cabs. This is not an Omega, despite the Omega logo on it. I've joked with this already. This is my bootleg Omega, but I just tossed this on I bought this cab for $100 on Craigslist, and I switch speakers all the time. It's kind of just like the workhorse. Like if I need another cab, I toss it on there.
Okay, all right.
It's
And you always have different speakers in there, and that's like your.
It's constantly changing. Yeah.
Okay.
Right now it has some like black shadows that were in the Mesa, which is over there.
Yeah.
And then this is a modded Yamaha T50, which was originally designed by Mike Soldano.
Okay.
But when Yamaha put it out, they changed a bunch of the specs to his chagrin, and he released like mods you can do to make it closer to his design. So it's got like a choke mod and a depth mod, and it's for a little cheap amp. It's nasty. I don't have a Soldano, but I have something close to it.
More cabs over here.
Yeah, more cabs. This is the old Mesa metal grill. They reissued these since, but they just have V30s in the originals. This doesn't have stock speakers in it, but it has the EV Forces, which are close to the EV. I don't remember the name of them, but the other ones came with an EV and something else and an X pattern.
Okay.
Something about the phasing being just right, but this one just has 4 EV Forces in it, and it's...
Never heard of that speaker.
It's
huge
nasty.
dust cabs.
I hadn't either till I bought the cab, but I really love it. It ends up on everything now.
I'm really looking forward to hearing that one.
Yeah.
And then we have a huge Omega 6x12.
Yeah, two Omega 612s. I'm just going to use the one. There's a lot of discussion about like the purity of cabs and having the same speakers in every cab.
Yeah.
I don't do that at all. This thing is loaded. These are basically Swiss Army cabs. So I have 2 DV77s that I'm miking up right now on the bottom right. The top 2 on this cab are, I believe, Celestion 75s. So I can do the Marshall cab thing. And those work in tandem with the 77s. So those 2 and the bottom 2 are always on. And then the cab is split, and I can do V30s in the bottom left alone if I need to. I did have V30s in the bottom right also, and they exploded because, I get a little chuggy around here.
Okay.
The other one is loaded with very similar, but it has 2 greenbacks on top that I can separate from everything else.
Okay, but that's what we're going to use tomorrow.
Yeah.
DV77s, 75s.
DV77s, it's just going to be the 77s running and the Forces.
Nice.
Yeah.
And some exotic microphones.
And some weird mics.
Some weird mics, except for that one. But
yeah.
Nice. Let's move on to the control room.
Cool, let's check it out.
Talking about exotic.
Yeah. I'm one of the 7 people left using Digital Performer. We are very few.
He's different, you see.
But we are proud.
Yes.
Not really.
He and his 6 friends.
Yeah. I know one of them is one of the guys in Mr. Bungle.
Okay.
Because we've talked about it.
Wow.
It's just, to me, it's a tape machine with no sound. It doesn't really matter. The one thing it does have built in, that it's had built in for a really long time, is a tuning software that goes straight to your waveforms.
Okay.
So you don't have to do the dance of Melodyne and stuff like that. It's
okay.
built into the wave, and when you merge your audio, it's married to it. But it's still there unless you erase it.
Okay. But you don't use it, or you use it like a tape machine because you've got a console.
I've got a console.
And you've got a lot of outboard, and that's what you use for mixing?
Most of the, I wouldn't say most of the time, I would say about half and half. you know, there's some bands that are into the analog field. There's some bands that want revisions 2 months later.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I know what you
yeah.
mean. And this is a good old Neotech, not Elite, but...
It's an Elon 2 tabletop version.
Okay.
So I think they originally made these for theaters and stuff, and this was the one I could afford locally, and I grabbed it.
Great console.
They rock.
Not that popular maybe, or many people don't know them, right? But
yeah,
great sounding mic pre's, great sounding EQs.
Very clean. Someone tried to call it the SSL killer. It's not that. It's a different thing.
Yeah.
But the pre's are pretty similar in that they're very clean. Steve Albini, famous for pretty much exclusively having Neotech consoles.
Neumann monitors.
Neumann monitors, German engineering.
German engineering. And favorite outboard. We've got a lot here. We can't go through everything, but...
yeah. Most used things are probably the Avitas MA5s for pre's.
Okay.
You get the Neve thing with a little bit of extra flavor.
Okay, so when you want something more spicy than the console preamps?
Or just a little more round, you know, easier to control, less, or just more different headroom on them, I would say. Like, once they spike, it's smooth, not this, like, instant
they break, like,
gross distortion. What else? I'd say the DBX 160 is one of the first things I ever got, and still put it on like a trash mic or a center overhead pretty much every single session.
Okay. And you don't touch it? It's like same settings, and you?
No, I adjust it constantly. Yeah, nice. It's always a little different. What else? BG1, amazing on bass amps. It's just kind of a tube. Taste machine, basically, you know, putting whatever extra harmonics in there and giving a nice crunch. It does kill the low end just a little bit, but sometimes a little bit of control helps when you're running bass through it, or like a stereo bus of something kind of gnarly. And
you also use the M7, it's called the Bricasti outboard reverb?
Yeah, having a small drum room makes it so that you can kind of create a big one easily. And I would say I use it more for the drum room than vocals or anything like that. Sometimes snare and, you know, shells here and there, but yeah, it's mostly a drum thing.
And I see another German piece of gear.
Yep, Custom Audio Germany HD E250A. Yeah, that's what it is.
Like a Sontec
clone. It's a Sontec that works, is what we call it. Yeah, it's got custom transformer on-off, mid-side, just a great parametric EQ.
Everything Stefan Müller does, good old friend of mine, is great. I also have like 3 or 4 of his devices in the studio.
Yeah,
I have a stereo Pultec and a compressor, and he's great.
Recall on that one's easy because everything's notched, so no issues there.
Yeah. Check out, what's the name now? Custom Audio Germany, right? Yeah. When you dial in guitar tones, which is what we're going to do tomorrow, and a bass tone, what do you go for? What are you looking for?
When I dial in stuff, I think it depends on the band. It can't just, there's no one-stop shop just because every band's a little different. I kind of decipher what the tuning is and how fast the songs are. And if the band has like a sound that they typically use, are they going fuzzy? Are they going overdrive?
Well, that's what you're known for, right? You're not known for pretty tones.
No, definitely. I mean, there's a few, no, probably not.
And that's the client you attract, right?
Yeah, and that's cool. I mean, guitars are fun. They're nasty guitar. If we were doing clean guitars, you could go DI for an entire record.
So it's gonna be pedals, HM2s, fuzz, or
we're gonna do a little bit of both. I have some fuzzy stuff set up and some cleaner overdrive stuff set up.
So which amps are we going to use?
So I have, this is the amp that Tribal Gaze uses live. It's a Marshall JVM 410 HJS. I don't think they use the HJS version. This one has a gate instead of a reverb, which is pretty handy. This thing is like the chuggiest Marshall that has ever been made. You can get one of these pretty cheap just because people don't know that they're insane, but these are insane.
Just a little bit noisy.
Can be a little bit noisy, but you can use the yellow channel and pull back the gain a little bit. Not so bad.
Especially because you're using pedals, right? So you're always using some kind of combination.
That's the thing, is I'm always dialing the gain back just a hair because I'm going to push it so hard. And then this one is a dual rec modded by my friend Michael Klein, who turned this thing into. He really pushes the diode side of the gain, so I'm not using the tube
The
preamp.
rectifiers? Or the-
Yeah, and it's really smooth and really disgusting. It's got the mid range feels different. It's tight. I don't need pedals.
Okay. You know, pedals are fun, right?
But that's the thing. We're gonna paint over the painting.
Nice,
you know?
nice.
I got a Maxon ST9 Plus, and then I have the Michael Klein Dybbuk that Michael Klein made with Sammy from Acid Bath and
What is that?
Gohaport.
Is that a
It's kind of like
overdrive or-
it's like an overdrive-y tube screamer kind of thing. I mean, even Sammy uses it with the gain all the way down and pushing the boost
Just to tighten
like a level, yeah,
Okay.
or like a tube screamer. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the distortion built in is really nice, and it has the usurp mids because everybody loves Celtic Frost, and you know.
Oh yeah.
And then I have this is my pedal that I did with Michael Klein called the Oni. It's basically a death metal tone in a box, easy to navigate. Well, sort of easy to navigate. I've found that people have a hard time with two pedals running at the same time. But this is a chain that I used constantly, basically overdrive, rat, EQ. I used it over and over again. And I just wanted it in one place, so we put it in one place.
Okay.
And then I have the Feral, which is also made by my friend Will Killingsworth from the band Orchid. And it's basically every type
Orchid,
of...
that's a vintage rock.
They're like a post-punk hardcore grind thing
Okay,
from like
okay.
early 2000s.
Okay, okay.
And this does kind of every rat style in one box. And it's pretty gnarly. It's sometimes too gnarly, so we'll see if it works.
Nice. I haven't heard any of those pedals. I know those amps, but I also haven't heard any of the mics and haven't heard any of the cabs. So I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we'll be back with some more gnarly, dirty, exciting guitar tones.
Hell yeah.
Thank you very much.
See you tomorrow. We're back and we've switched to bass. Switched out the Mesa cab for this Omega 810. I've got a 441 and a Heil PR48 on two different speakers. The speakers are all pretty solid across the board on this cab, so I kind of trust them all. We'll see if that bites me later. Probably not. But we will be running an SVT in here. I've already got it rigged up. Gonna pick some different pedal choices and blends between the two channels on the SVT and see if we can get something snarling. All right. And now I'm sweating for sure, so this will be good from here. I've got a bunch of new pedals set up. I've got the bass running through the bass cab now. I'm just gonna check to make sure it's working, get some signal, and go check it out in the room real quick with probably just the one channel first. So I'm just gonna give it a little blast here. What am I doing? I gotta put line on, that's what it is. Got me. That's good. All right. It's a pretty dirty, clean tone. Yeah, I think I'm going to just, get a nice bass tone that'll complement these guitars. Maybe we'll go extra gnarly. Maybe we'll go a little more reserved. The pickup on the bass is pretty insane anyway, so the clean tone is already, it's got a nice snarl to it. So I'm just gonna get my gain set. I'm using different pre's. I'm using outboard pre's that are closer to a Neve thing, more transformer based. So I'm just gonna run this and get my gain set. Yep. We're in the money there. Both mics are ripping and rocking. Making sure I have my EQs off. I do. I am running them through the line in on the board and then out into the interface. All right, so I'm gonna start goofing with some pedals. I think I'm going to just leave both mics on and make sure I'm getting the low end that I want out of it. I'm going to goof with the EQ on the head a little bit, which it may be where I need it already. Cool. Yeah, so I just went through the EQ a little bit. The mid-range EQ point change, I think it's on the right one. It's kind of on the lower mid zone. The tone and their tuning is so deep, I want to feel that a lot, but without going to the ultra low cut, which I may leave that on for the second channel. Right now we're only hearing channel 1. Which everything will be running into channel 1. And then I have one pedal looped through, which you can see here, going to the second channel, which will be able to kind of blend in some really gnarly snarl and see if we like that. This is something I do all the time with this ODB3, just because it is bass effective, but also can get that like insane snarl. So first I'm going to try to find like where we want our main bite to be. It's already pretty gainy. I'm wondering if I had pedals going into the DI. I don't think I did, but could damn well have been possible. Or I was just, maybe I might have been running into a tube pre when I did the bass DI. It's got some grit to it. Let's go psycho mode now, and I'm going to put one of these fuzzes on with the ODB. I think let's go with the Oni. Let's see what that's like. That's a lot of gain, but I am not afraid. So I'm gonna try the other ones. Yeah, it's okay to be afraid. It's okay. The Brutus sounds pretty sick. That's disgusting. All right, so let me try the MXR on one more time with this. I may pull the low end down on the MXR to see if that kind of solves it. MXR is doing a little bit of control, and I'm kind of enjoying where it's sitting now. It's not making it boxy, but it is kind of reeling it all in. What I want to do is we'll keep it extreme. We're here for extremity. So I want to run this with our guitars in context and just see what it sounds like.
Which mic are we listening to? I forgot.
Oh, we're listening to both. I didn't even mess with the mic blend just because it's working at the moment, but I can. I do have both bass mics running, so it's 441 and a Heil PR48, I believe it is.
Kick drum mic?
Yeah, kick drum mic, so there's a lot of low end, a lot of low end from the Heil, and then the snarl hits just right on the 441, whereas like sometimes you get, if you do a 421, you're too much in the guitar zone. If you're doing a 57, you're kind of same thing. 441 is like just seated a little bit lower and more in where a bass pick attack would be, in my opinion. But also, it could be, if it was a clean bass tone, it might be different. This is all just application. So let's run this and see what happens. I may have to pull some faders down because this might be psycho. I'm loving it, to be honest. That sounds nuts. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit more. I also know that my room, the width of it is a little bit misleading, so I'm sure that the center channel is cranked right now. I'm gonna hit this other part here. So let's just do a little, we're gonna just check out the 2 channels of the amp and see what the difference is here. So that's both of them. Turning channel 1 off, which is just the natural feed of the Brutus into the MXR. So now we're gonna get mostly ODB3. I'm gonna slowly introduce that back in. Which is giving you more of that like mid-range clank, whereas the ODB3 is like very scooped out and you're getting high, low, pretty much. So let me go back and I'll do the same thing, but introduce the ODB in. Something about the SVT VR is that the volume of channel 1 versus channel 2, like I have to crank it up here to get it to be the same as this. And I've looked it up and they've said that it's just how it happens. That's how it works when you're jumping channels.
And that's your favorite, sorry to interrupt you, MPEG, like
it's
compared to the SVT, or?
For me, it's probably my favorite MPEG, but mostly because of the channel jumping and the versatility.
Yeah.
And this is the modern one, so it's the vintage reissue. It's a little more reliable. Classic is still cool, and you can do tons of stuff with it, but you can just do a little bit more with this.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to turn off channel 2 and introduce that back in slowly. Still pretty dirty on its own. Honestly, the signal on this is pretty dirty, but I think we use this single coil, or we did a coil split on a passive Music Man. So it's a single coil bass pickup, and it's just pretty gnarly. We probably hit a preamp hard or something. Yeah, so you get that saturation around the pick attack, and it just feels good. Feels good. Makes you feel bad in a good way, you know. I'm pretty happy with that. It doesn't take much to get me there, but yeah, I think I'm stoked on this. I'm gonna run this. I may show the mics here, just A/B them. Here's the 441 solo. Still a usable amount of low end on its own, honestly. If I blended that even with the DI or something to get the deep lows, it would be pretty badass. And then here we have the high all soloed. I'll toggle between them and then put them together. sometimes two mics to me is not just getting different frequencies. It's more just like you end up with a different picture of it, a different capture. So you get the full range of it, whereas one mic might poke out in one frequency, the other one pokes out in another, and then when you have two, you got the whole photo. It's in full color, not just black and white.